Today we will study first week gestation. What is gestation? Gestation is that period in which an unborn resides within the uterus. So total gestational period is 40 weeks, which is formed by the combination of embryonic period, which is from fertilization up to 8 weeks, and plus fetal period, that is from 8 weeks to 40 weeks. What is the difference between duration of pregnancy and gestation? Duration of pregnancy is 38 weeks, whereas the period of gestation is 40 weeks because it is counted from the first day of the last menstrual period. And embryonic period, this one from fertilization up to 8 weeks, again divided into germinal period, which is up to 3 weeks, in which the 3 germ layers are formed, and embryonic period, which is 3 weeks to 8 weeks. Just look at here. This is ovary and the female gamete, that is secondary oocyte, come here in the ampulla, and the male gamete, that is a spermatozoa, comes from this side and unite here, and the fertilization occur in ampulla. Here it is the uterine tube. This one is infundibulum, then ampulla. Here is the isthmus, and this is interstitial part. So from here, after zygote formation, it progresses towards the uterine cavity to implant. How a newborn enter into this world? Climbing. Just look at, it seems that it wants to climb. So climbing. Cleavage, morula, blastocyst, and implantation. These are the stages in which the newborn has, the zygote has to go through in the first week of gestation. I am comparing in this video first week gestation with the first week of journey after marriage. Everybody knows that पति के दिल का रास्ता तो पेट से होके जाता है. The way to a man's heart is through his stomach. I am comparing the process of cleavage. Cleavage is to means cut. The cutting of zygote is, and so it is comparable to the two cut veggies. Morula, which is a compact layer of the cut cells. So veggies cut. Blastocyst, then come blastocyst stage, in which there is inner cell mass and outer cell mass. Inner cell mass is comparable to the husband, which first haphazardly arranged and then become cool and consolidated. So freaky husband become cool and consolidated as soon as the food enter into the mouth. As soon as the uterine milk enter into the blastocele, it convert into blastocyst. Okay, and now implantation, the last process of the first week of gestation, that the husband gone to sleep. It's a scenario of a joint family where a new bride enter into the family, and this is the kitchen scene. Veggies cutting. It started from 1 p.m. Here p.m. is comparable to the day, that from first day the veggies is started cutting, that cleavage process is started. Just after the lunch is over by 12 p.m. 12 noon. So just started from 1 p.m. veggies cutting for the dinner. Okay, and it is 3 p.m. that veggies cutting completed, that the morula is formed at third day. So cleavage of zygote starts from first day and completed on third day, morula. Here we can see this is zygote on the day 1, and the by the mitosis process, cell division, it is 2 cell stage, 4 cell, 8 cell stage, and all these comes under the cleavage, and this is the second day itself. And now on third day the veggies cut, that at 3 p.m. So it is morula. The compact cell mass. Okay, and now it is differentiated into outer cell mass, which is compactly arranged and known as trophoblast, and the inner cell mass, which first haphazardly arranged, but as soon as the uterine milk enter, it is pushed to one pole, that is inner cell mass, and the blastocyte is formed. Okay, first it is blastocele, but when uterine milk enter, it turns into blastocyst. It is now 5 p.m. We have seen that at 3 p.m. veggies has been cut. Okay, and now it is 5 p.m. food is ready. And husband, which look consolidated from outside, but freak about here and there out of hunger. That blastocele is there. At 5th day, it is blastocele. That trophoblast outside and freaky cell inside. That inner cell mass is now not formed. And at 7 p.m., husband asked to eat food. And at 7th day, blastocele, which float in the uterine milk within the uterine cavity, now uterine milk enter inside the trophoblastic layer, and now inner cell mass is formed. Just like as soon as the food entered into mouth, husband become cool and consolidated. So it is the 7 p.m. when husband asked to eat food, and as soon as the food enter, the husband become cool and consolidated, just like the inner cell mass is formed on the 7th day. Oh, it's 9 p.m. It's time to go to bed for husband. So, we signify that the time for implantation is 9th day. And new bride, look, new bride, busy in kitchen to serve food for whole of the rest of the family members. After removing his jacket, now husband has gone to sleep. Jacket is zona pellucida. Before implantation, he take out his jacket, that zona pellucida, on 9th day, and enter into the within the mosquito net, that inside the endometrium, and put head on pillow, gone into deep slumber. Now he is all around encircled by dream. Dream is decidua. Around pillow, dream basalis. Around body, dream capsularis. And around side of the bed, that dream parietalis. We all know blastocyst enter within the endometrium. Uterus histology, this is uterine histology. From outside inward, it is first perimetrium, then myometrium, and then endometrium. Endometrium again divided into stratum basal and stratum functional. Functional again divided into, from the luminal aspect, it is stratum compactum, and then comes stratum spongiosum. Here is the stratum spongiosum, and blastocyst enter in these two layers, stratum functional, not within the stratum basalis. Okay. So blastocysts penetrate endometrium. The side or pole of blastocyst from which it penetrates is known as embryonic pole, and opposite side pole is known as abembryonic pole. Here this is blastocyst, and from where it enters within the endometrium is the embryonic pole, where the embryoblast is attached with the blastocyst, and abembryonic pole is that pole just opposite to the embryonic pole. Okay. Here we can see this is the blastocyst, and from here it enters into the endometrium. So penetrate a stratum compactum and a stratum spongiosum, not go up to the stratum basal. Okay, and part of endometrium which lies just beneath the embryonic pole. This is embryonic pole where embryoblast is there at this site of the blastocyst, and it enters through that pole. So this is embryonic pole. So part of endometrium which lies just beneath the embryonic pole is the decidua basalis. Endometrium after the implantation is now known as decidua, and it is full of glycogen storage. Glycogen store. So this side of decidua is known as decidua basalis, and decidua around rest of the blastocyst is known as decidua capsularis. This one is decidua capsularis. Here it is written. And decidua which encircle whole of the uterine cavity except this blastocyst, this is known as decidua parietalis. Husband can see two types of dream, long dream and short dream. Just like the embryonic disc made up of two tier cells, just like double story building. Epiblast, upper tier, tall columnar cell, which is said to be as primitive ectoderm, and hypoblast, which is lower tier, short cuboidal cell, and it is primitive endoderm. Usually long dream is more germinative. So epiblast, which hints to us that epiblast, long dream is what? It is epiblast, and short dream is hypoblast. So long dream is more germinative, which hint to us that epiblast give rise to all the three germ layer. That is definitive ectoderm, indefinitive mesoderm, and definitive endoderm. These are two primitive, but three germ layer, that will be definitive. And what is here? This is blastocyst, and after entering within the endometrium, the site of entrance is sealed by the fibrin plug, which is known as fibrin coagulum. At 12 p.m. when newly bride come, close the net from where the husband entered and left open out of hurry. So at 12 p.m. closure of entry point, fibrin plug seal the gap from where the blastocyst penetrate into endometrium, now known as decidua. So it is the 12th day when fibrin plug is formed. The story continues.